Welcome, 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 welcome. This is Ray's Juke Joint, but it's a little bit different because we got a new show, got a new thing going for you guys. It's Ray the Barber, and I'm introducing my Fair Catch Sports Show crew for the
Everybody.
first time. It's a new show, up and
What's up?
coming.
Yeah.
Brought some new personalities to the Juke Joint so they can talk the things that y'all love to talk about every day, and I don't. I don't love to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. But these guys will talk about it. So let me just introduce the crew. The crew is Alise, as usual. My girl, she is she's been here since day one of the Juke Joint. She is she's my baby girl. Like, she's like a daughter to me. So she's always gonna have that special place in my heart. And this is her thing. This is her show. So
You too, Ray.
I had to get her an opportunity to be able to be more vocal and have more time on the screen because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it all the time. So I decided, let me just expand the brand a little bit. Let me expand the brand a little bit and bring along some familiar voices from the spaces and some familiar faces, some guys that I trust and some guys that I know could do a good job and present a good show. So first off, I don't know where Julius went, but Isaiah, many people know him as Zay. Isaiah is a young. Isaiah, you tell the people about yourself. Go ahead.
So my name is Isaiah. You might see me on Twitter a whole lot, just talking about sports and especially football and like the X's and O's of football, different prospects and stuff like that. Just real big into that stuff. That's kind of what I do on Twitter, and I probably go on Twitter Spaces 24/7, arguing backwards and forth between Justin Fields and Caleb Williams. So I'm the guy with the wrestling profile picture. You might come across my account. That's me.
There you go. So Isaiah, he's a collegiate wrestler. At the same time, he does love the sport of football and other sports. So I had to get at least some like-minded folk because Ray ain't talking it. Alise, how you feeling about the new show and everything like that? You're muted,
I'm
baby.
excited because Ray used to try to drag me into that baseball life, and I'll watch the games, but I ain't never gonna get into it like that. Like he breaks it down for me though. But I'm good. I'm happy. We'll get to talk more of my speed, so I'm excited. So can't wait. There's a lot to talk about, so
Yeah.
I'm always willing to talk a tune.
Yeah, and then last but not least, I had to have, since I won't be on the show that much, I was joking with the guys, but it's really how I felt. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I said I got to get an adult in the room. I had to bring along an older guy, Julius, so he can make sure he keeps everything together. He's gonna run the channel for me while I'm away and everything like that. Julius is I met him in the spaces like everybody else. And Julius has become a good friend. We've talked a lot, and here we are. Julius is now a part of the Juke Joint, and he is a part of the Fair Catch crew. That's gonna be talking. That's gonna be talking in NFL, NBA, and other sports and all that good stuff. So I'm glad you guys are assembled. And Julius, tell the people what's going on, and then you can kick it off, buddy. Julius,
I think we lost him.
I don't know. Can we, Julius? Were you here? We see you. Can you not hear us?
I think we lost. I think he
think
said
we
he was
can-
having.
I don't know if y'all
connection.
can hear me, man.
Oh, there you
Oh
go.
yeah, we can hear you now.
We can hear
Mine
you,
keeps
buddy.
going. I don't know what my computer doing, but
Yeah, I don't know. It's like you frozen now.
well, hopefully I can.
Yeah, his connection is bad.
Yeah, we losing Jay.
Trying to get. I don't know why my thing
There he
keeps
goes.
freezing.
There it is. There
There
it
you
is.
go.
On me, but
There it is.
because I'm connected hard.
Oh,
Oh, we lost him. He
I
just
don't-
like dropped out of thin air.
I don't know what he's doing. I don't.
Two different
I
Julius.
don't know.
Julius, get your life.
What are you doing?
Get your life.
I
No,
showed you how to. I showed you how to
no,
work to your dig, man.
no, it's not that, man. I'm sorry. It's my computer. It keeps saying that I'm on Wi-Fi, and I'm clearly connected to to my.
Okay. So,
Oh, okay.
so for the
Yeah.
future, for the
Uh-huh.
future, Julius, just cut your Wi-Fi off on your computer.
Oh, okay, got it.
Cut the
Because I'm like, it's hard when I'm looking right at it. But
Cut
I'm
the,
okay.
cut the Wi-Fi off, and it'll spin for a minute, and then make sure you're connected to the hardware.
Yeah. There
Sorry,
you
I
go.
didn't tell you that part. I'm sorry.
No, you good? No, you good. I didn't. I was confused. Like, why is it doing this? I don't understand. So,
Hey,
What's up, Duke?
there's somebody watching the show right now.
Yo,
One of our
Duke.
buddies,
What's
Duke,
up, Duke?
is here.
bro.
So, Julius, I was trying to give you an introduction, let you get introduced to the world, to the people. And
Okay.
no, Julius, you can forget it. He's asking. He comes in here on a different show and asks me for Yamamoto. He can hang it up. Nope. But Julius,
Wow.
go ahead and tell the people what's going on. And like I said, after your introductory remarks, it's on you, buddy. It's your show. I'll just be a part of it and just
It's my show. Don't get it twisted. They're just
that's
here.
true.
No show yet.
I'm sorry, Elise. You're right, but Elise,
I'm just playing.
you're the main.
just
You're the
playing.
main. You're the main.
I'm just playing.
You're the A in Rays, but
Right.
you had Julius to be the moderator. For
Yeah,
you,
I'm just playing. I was just playing.
That's what
No, we good. It's all good. No, but
Go ahead, Julius.
well, hey, as you say, I'm Julius. For those who watch, it probably some of y'all might know me, some of you might not. I mean, I literally jumped back on Bears Twitter like a year or two ago, and that's why I connected with Alise and Isaiah. They was like some of the first people I started interacting with, and so we've been cool ever since then. So, I'm glad for this opportunity. I appreciate it. Looking forward to great shows and just talking because it's cool. I've learned so much from just them two alone, just about football that I didn't even think about beforehand. So I'm just excited, man, because they have both of them have a lot of information, and they're level headed. You know what I'm saying? They're not one side or the other. It's hey, I got this information. You could take it what you do with it or don't. So it's up to you. So
I mean, for real.
I mean that's what it is. So I'm looking forward to it, man. Again, appreciate it. But yeah. Well, now that is done with, let's see. We can talk about the Super Bowl, man. So, what are y'all thoughts about the Super Bowl last night, man? How y'all feeling about Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs winning back to back Super Bowl? How do y'all feel about it?
Not a surprise.
First of
Like,
all,
come on. It's Mahomes. Like, you shouldn't be surprised. Anyone who bet against Mahomes was going to lose. So, period, point blank. It's really that simple. It was still kind of a boring Super Bowl, though, in my opinion.
Boring.
Like, it was like 16-16 for the longest, and then it got to 19, and then they kicked the field goal. Then we went to overtime. It just, I don't know. I feel like the game it was boring. But I was happy for Mahomes because Mahomes is Mahomes. So, but other than that, the game itself wasn't exciting for me. And the commercials sucked, in my opinion. So
I agree. Commercials were terrible. But go ahead.
Deadpool. Except for Deadpool.
Duh.
Yeah.
Deadpool. Yeah.
I
Go
personally,
ahead, yeah. And then I'll say
Kyle made some mistakes. Got two. I personally feel like some of the play calls in the end zone was kind of stale. And what happened was in the game, they started to take the safety in the back and blitz him in the B gap. And when they started blitzing him in the B gap, that's why you're seeing so many passes that was either batted down or Purdy just missed a little bit. It was like 2 touchdown passes that he missed. They were pulling the safety out of the backfield and trying to blitz with the safety in the backfield into the B gap to slow down and get him off time, man. Off time rhythm. And I feel like the Niners losing Greenlaw, a great coverage linebacker, somebody who does well at stopping running quarterbacks, especially dual quarterbacks, like the Mahomes type. I personally felt like that was a huge loss for them because he's one of those type of guys in there that's that's going to hold it down in that back end as well as Fred Warner. I feel like when they lost him, it kind of just made it just a, a kind of an even playing field. When how much the Niners was dominating the game that they should have came out to win. That's how I feel about it. It was a chess matchup. To me, it was good to watch two defensive teams go at it.
Hey, look at y'all got another guy watching the show, Coach Dante.
Yeah, that's family right there. That's our boy.
Yeah, that's family right there. What's up,
Houston
Dante?
Texans fan.
Yeah.
He's one of the only people that was trying to tell us how Houston was going to be this year before the season even started.
He must be knowing what the hell he's talking about because they showed it. They showed it. They thing.
He did. He was pretty spot on. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. So I was just I was disinterested. I just watched it because it was nothing else on. I really didn't care. But as the game went on, I was kind of like trying to get myself into it. I saw Patrick Mahomes be
not this year.
But Ray, and I will say this too. It's like when everybody say like, "Why is these guys getting so open?" Because it's like you can't play zone good in zone. You play him in man, change the play, and then they're gonna hit you with the crosser routes. It's just hard to play against dude. Even if you try to disguise man, he's still gonna figure it out.
And you can't blitz him either. You can't blitz Mahomes either.
I mean, like
Mahomes will kill you in the blitz.
I mean, in the first half, I don't think I've ever seen him that frustrated. Personally, I don't think I've ever seen him that frustrated. So,
yeah. The Super Bowl played Tampa.
Oh, really? Yeah.
It was kind of wild seeing him not scoring a touchdown in the first half.
Super Bowl when they. Yeah, that was weird. Money Moody did his thing though. Man, golden leg.
Yeah. So what else? So what else did y'all see as far as like on the field? I thought that Greenlaw was a good point, Isaiah, but I thought that they kind of held Zeke in check. I mean, Debo in check.
I honestly, man, I like the game because I like defense. That's just me. I've always liked defense, so I felt like it was like two Rams button heads. Like you got two great teams going at it, and it was I kept saying the first team that blinked is probably going to be the team that loses, or the first team that gets away from what they're doing. So I don't know, man. I thought they both had really good game plans. But I just think that Kansas City's defense allowed Mahomes to do what he can do. You know what I'm saying? So, he's the better quarterback. So, push come to shove, he had opportunity, he went and took it. You know what I'm saying? So he made the plays when it needed to be. It wasn't just him sitting in the pocket. It was his legs extending the play sometimes because they had to figure it out. The first half, they would keep San Francisco's keeping their rush lanes integrity, making him do stuff he didn't want to do. And that was big for them. And that's what kept them in the game. But like y'all just said, when Greenlaw went out, it changed. Because remember, Chase Young was dominating the first quarter. Damn near the whole first half. That man didn't do nothing the rest of the game. Not a thing. I don't even remember his name being called. So Greenlaw changed. When Greenlaw got hurt, that changed up for them. And I feel like Debo, I don't know, man. Once he pulled his hamstring, I knew he was gonna be not as effective because I think everybody who plays
to begin with though.
Yeah.
To me, I don't think is a receiver that you ask to a lot of times to beat all pro cornerback and Trent Duffy anyway. I think that we give a lot of credit to Mahomes, and rightfully so we should, but like when you look at back Nolan of what he has done with that team and what he has taken with that defense, how productive he has been in his years of coaching, because he was the same defense coordinator that beat Tom Brady twice. And then it's almost like everything is just new to him now. This man has a game plan to stop mobile quarterbacks, a game plan to stop quarterbacks like Purdy who might not be mobile. He just have a contingency backup plan for everything our offense try to present. And when you see with the Niners, when they was heavily predicated with that run game, all the Kansas City Chiefs did was get them in short positions, like a 3rd down and 4, make Purdy pass the ball in tough situations, and blitzed him off that B gap, and that's what stopped the time and rhythm off that Purdy was having throughout that game.
Yeah. So, Alise, what you think about that? What Elise said. I mean, what Isaiah said.
Oh no, I agree. I think the didn't get enough credit last for the number 2 defense in the NFL. So, and they dominated last night. He played really well. George Carlos played really well. That Chris Jones made a couple plays. They're and the thing with that, they're young, so they still have time to gel and play next to each other. But man,
Hey,
that defense was good. Mahomes is Mahomes, but
here,
that was something else.
here's another thing, Ray. They blitzed Purdy on 53% of his dropbacks, and a lot of times throughout that game, I like down that they had gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
Holmes came out of nowhere. He completely dominated that game, and I personally felt like that. When you talk about who dominated the most on defense, I think you got to get an MVP to them because he saved their butt a whole lot of times with that A gap pressure.
Yeah. Fennell had a good game too. What's his name? Fennell, the guy that used to be with the Bears. Mike Fennell? He
Oh,
had a really good game. He had an underrated game. People ain't
Pennell,
talking about.
yeah,
Yeah, Fennell,
Pennell,
Mike
yeah, he
Fennell.
did.
He had an underrated game,
He
especially on
had
that.
that nice near the goal line.
Yeah, that's the one I was just about to say. That one,
Goal,
that
that
was a
goal
big
line
play.
stuff
That was a big play, man. So they had a
yeah,
lot of guys on
was a
defense,
big
man.
tackle.
McDuffie made it. McDuffie made a lot of good plays. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they defense is real, man. I think people need to give them more
Yeah,
credit. They give it too much credit to.
their defense is really yeah.
I think they're in a phase right now. I think
Mahomes is Mahomes, but that defense was legit.
they're the new but reformed. Patrick Mahomes, I don't think I will get any slander for saying this, but he's a better talent-wise, better quarterback than Tom Brady ever was. And when you look at the span of how many years they've been in the league, and you take
Mhm.
Brady's span of how long he's been in the league, his stats just kill anything that Brady has right now.
Hey, shout out to Justin. Justin comes in. He's here. Justin says, "What's up, y'all?"
Justin Lee, what's up, man?
That's
Hi,
the
He
Justin.
said that
Hi,
I messed
Justin.
around and put the special in special team
Justin.
because of the name of the show. He gets it. Justin
Oh my.
understands.
Oh my
Justin,
God.
Justin, Justin is
He can do.
great.
He can't last the day. Can't
Yeah,
do
there you go. But
Justin.
I mean, the
it. I
Chiefs
love that.
they won 3 championships, and I think they're going to win probably. They're probably going to win another 4 or 5 in the next 10 years.
Think
Straight
so?
up. Yeah, absolutely.
I
Like
think
in
I
my
think
opinion,
they'll be the
like
first three peat. I think the
they're just that
first three
well
peat.
they're just that well coached. You know what I'm saying? They're he's gonna be better than Brady. I don't know about that one, but if he wins
He's
what I'm
already
thinking
better
he's
than
gonna win, he
Brady.
will.
He's already
You know,
better than Brady.
Talent wise, he's better than Brady.
talent-wise, he's better than
He's
Brady.
already better than Brady. Don't
Not
yeah.
even
don't play.
conversation.
He's better than Brady. Don't play.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
look
Don't
at
So I
play.
mean,
the statistical side,
in my opinion, I think that
It's,
what's up, Elise? Did we lose Elise?
not that I said he's already better than Brady.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I mean, it's like for me, it's like you watch a well-coached team play, that it's some things are just repeatable. It becomes second nature for that team. And that's where the Chiefs are. They just have winning muscle memory. That's what they have. They just their bodies move to a winning beat. And it's all because Andy Reid gets them in position. His coaching staff gets them together and they draft the players that fit their mode and they just keep that ship going. Just like just like what fucking
New England.
yeah, what New England did. They just kept trucking along. They got, and a lot of people make this quarterback debate, a thing, and they say once you get the quarterback right, and in essence, that's a true statement. Like they got the quarterback right, they ain't got to worry about it. They could just keep drafting outside of quarterback, and that's the thing. I think everybody wants to when we're talking the Bears talk. That's what everybody talks about is just we don't have the quarterback right, But anyway, Julius, I don't know. I'm gonna be quiet now. Go ahead, bro.
No, you good. You good. No, I mean that's a good segue right there. You know what I'm saying? Like we could talk about Mahomes for for a minute because I feel like yes, it's great to have the quarterback, but you got to have a team. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's something that we talking about. Is like Mahomes gonna be great regardless, man. Like, will he be as great without Andy Reid? We don't know. We'll never know that. You know what I'm saying? Unless Andy Reid retires tomorrow, then we'll see what how he looks. But uh, I don't know, man. I think you having a quarterback, yes, it's a big deal. But I think you got to have a whole team. You got to have great coaching. Like people underrating is Steve Spagnuolo. Like that dude is coaching his butt off.
Bro,
That
he's
dude,
crazy.
He's the only person that Brady twice back to back in the Super Bowl.
that man shut down Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Brock Purdy in in the playoffs. He basically made them like he forced them to do stuff they didn't want to do. And you gotta give that man his credit, man. Like I mean, and
Yeah.
Mahomes, like I said earlier, he's allowed to do what he wants. He's allowed to be Patrick Mahomes because the supporting staff he has, including the players and the coaches. You know what I'm saying? I think coaching is a lot in football, at least. Coaching matters more than any other sport, honestly. Yeah, like it does, because you can have defensive coordinators, but then you look at Spagnuolo compared to I don't know, let's say Sean Desai, it's a big gap. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, for sure.
I think when you have, and a lot, we talk a lot about Mahomes, but he has one of the greatest offensive minds in NFL, Andy Reid, and then he has one of the greatest defensive minds in the league, and Spagnolian, who quote unquote, by the way, did beat Tom Brady twice in the Super Bowl. I feel like he's set in a position where he has no other choice but to succeed. But his greatness of his talent and how well he is at throwing the ball, how efficient he is, just overweighs all of that. So you got to overcome that too.
and who knows, had the Chiefs not been decimated with injuries when they played Tampa Bay, who knows? They might have beat them. Like they was on their second and third string offensive line the whole game. So, and Tampa Bay was able to expose that, but Mahomes was still, we all saw it. He looked like Superman out there trying to drag people out of a burning building. He just couldn't get them all out of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we talk about Mahomes, he could have 4 Super Bowls and beat the great Tom Brady if had his offensive line been healthy. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? We'll never know that, but just show you,
He's
man.
still better than Brady.
I think it's
I
kind
don't care. People can argue me. He's better than Brady.
The funny part is he's 28 years old and he has 3 rings, and I think he could get about probably 2 or 1 by the time he hit his 30. That's the funny part.
He's going 3-peat. He's going 3-peat.
I think the only way I don't see them 3-peating is if they got to re-sign Chris Jones. I don't care. They got to figure it out. They cannot let the defensive anchor go because he is the defensive anchor. You cannot let him go. You know what I'm saying? We've seen that right here in Chicago with Akeem Hicks. Once he got injured, all of them, what was that, 2019? He kept getting injured, couldn't go on the field. The defense suffered tremendously. You cannot let Chris Jones leave that building, or the road's going to be even harder than it was this year.
I wouldn't let him leave, but I'd also draft his replacement in the draft.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
he's like 30. He's like 31. So
yeah, he's still.
I'd re-sign him, but I'd also draft his replacement.
Yeah,
it's almost like when I look at how he dominated the game, it's like, man, like he literally saved them from 2 touchdowns in which Purdy was able to step into the throw. you can create an argument that they probably don't go into overtime because it was just like those guys were wide open.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So,
Yeah.
hey, credit to the Chiefs, man. You know what I'm saying? They did it again. We'll see what happens in the offseason. They bring back most of their guys.
They three-peating. They
It,
three-peating. As long as Mahomes is their quarterback, bro,
they the favorites. Yeah,
they're the
absolutely.
favorites by default. Until Mahomes is not their quarterback, they're the favorite. Period. Point blank.
Yeah,
All
them
right.
dogs.
Think we all on the consensus. So hey, let's talk about what everybody probably wants to hear: the Bears.
Ah,
Um,
ah.
so let's go. Let's start with how you guys felt about the season as a whole, and then what do you think about the off season? How do you see the off season playing out? So,
Uh, the season as a whole went as I expected. Uh, they doubled their win total, so that was a plus. They could have won an extra few games, but we'll get to that later. That's neither here nor there. I don't want to get into that.
mm,
And then in the off season, I mean, they're ready enough to make the playoffs, right? I know that elephant in the room is what they do, but in the draft and stuff. But we just have to wait that out to see what happens. But um, I think they're gonna have a good offseason. They have a lot of cap space, a lot of money. More draft picks would be nice because they only have 6, but no one pulls. He'll find a way to get more, so I'm not
mm,
worried about that. Uh, there's gonna need to be some cuts in life. Eddie Jackson is gonna have to get the cut for me, the scissors. Cody Whitehair's got to get the scissors. So yes, it's not looking good for some people on the team, but other than that, I like their direction. They're trending up, so excited to see where they go next season.
go ahead, Isaiah.
I think it was kind of a little bit of ups and downs. I think it was kind of some games in there that they should have won. Whether or not it's because of quarterback play or play calling, I felt like you got to come out with those wins. Um, Considering where you're at with the state of the team and where you want to try to go. But I feel like I don't know. I feel like the offseason, I hate to say it. I hate to have a mindset, but I don't know. I do feel like we probably 9 times out of 10 are gonna be picking quarterback number one. I hate to say it. I hope I'm wrong, but
No, you're not wrong.
I personally feel like for Justin, he might want to change his scenery. He might want somewhere different to be, because I don't know if the Bears will truly invest in him the way they should, or not should, but the way they need to in order for him to be successful. But I don't know. I just feel like that may be what we're heading. If we do bring in Caleb, I think he is set up pretty nice to succeed in Chicago, even though it came to the detriment of us having to get rid of Justin Fields because they didn't do that right. Now we're going on another path and correcting the mistake that we made instead of just
Maybe.
same old Bears. But I don't know, man.
Maybe. Knowing the Bears, though, I feel like they'll find a way to screw this one up too. So, I mean, like, I'm not gonna get my hopes up right now because I just feel like the Bears are gonna screw this one up too. So I'm just gonna pray for Caleb at this point.
In my opinion, I don't think they're able to screw it up. They're in such a great position with.
It sounds good on paper, but it's still the Bears. Like,
I mean, I just look at
it's
it
still
like
the Bears, man.
I look at it like you said when you first started. They went and doubled their total. They could have had a couple more wins, right? Um, whatever the reasoning is, whatever the reason they didn't had a couple more wins, they're still in a great position to be better next year. And
Mm,
the position of the draft picks, the position of the
Money. Yep.
salary cap, and the position of just you know guys are starting to come here to play.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I don't think there's a way you could really foobar this thing. Like
Unless Caleb just flops,
I
which
think
I would totally cry. I would cry actually. I'm not
for
even
me,
gonna lie, because bro, at this point, I'm aging. I'm not getting younger. So
I think I think for me,
Caleb has to work out. Somebody does.
I
yeah.
think
I'm
So
aging here.
I think for
Mm,
a lot of people talk about, our running game probably struggling. I do think it will take a little bit of a step back, but I think the Bears, what they can do is they can probably use the short game passing game to their advantage in order to create that as they run game. Just I feel like there's some things that they can do in there to still be able to be effective on the opposite side of the ball.
Yeah, I feel like Bears I feel like they had a good season, man. You got 7 wins. We all saw what happened last year. That was probably one of the roughest years that we all ever experienced as far as Bears fans. It was pretty rough.
No, trust me, I've had worse.
Yeah, there's been worse. There's
In the
definitely
80s
been
and the
worse.
90s, it was worse.
I sat through that 4-12 season with what's his name?
Like when I think we had I'm pretty sure I witnessed a 1-15 season. So
was that? I don't even remember, man. I was
pretty sure I know I witnessed a 1-15 season. I don't know what year it was.
I was more of a Jerry Rice fan, so I was more of a 49ers fan as a kid because I love Jerry Rice. So I'm like,
no, man. I've been tortured since birth.
My cousins and my dad and all of them were like, man, the Bears, and I was just like, man, we ain't gonna do nothing. Like, we're gonna do the same thing we've been doing. So I'm gonna go ahead and watch.
That's what I said. The Bears are the Bears. Until they prove me wrong, I just have this sad scar on my heart. So I feel like they're gonna screw this one up too. I don't know.
I mean,
the life of a Bears fan, bro.
And said like that, because if we do, then you already coming in with a losing mentality. I feel like you can't.
So they've never went 1-1.
I didn't think they ever went 1-15.
They never went 1-15. The lowest they've ever done was 4-12.
That was with what's his name? I'm forgetting his name. I'm seeing his face though.
Not Trusty, right?
Wanstead,
yeah. That was a pretty memorable season too.
Wanstead and Dave Duran both gave us 4-12.
Ooh, Dick Duran. Ooh, that was damn.
Yeah.
No, I mean, at first it started out, as we all know, it started 0-4. So to finish up the season, they went 7-6 to finish up the season, if my math is right.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why when you talk about the offseason, I think you have to start right there where you at, Julius. Like, they can't, even with, I'm gonna say it right there. I'm gonna say how I feel about it, and y'all won't never see me talk about it again because I'm done talking about it until after the draft, right?
Right.
But I personally don't want Justin to be gone because
I'm right there with
you. Because get your tissue boxes.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. Like I've been a Bears fan since '84, so like '83. You know what I mean? Like I've been where I can remember them watching TV, watching the Bears play. Like I had to be 5 or 6, so 82, 83, somewhere around in there. It doesn't bother me, but at the same time, I've never seen anybody as talented as Justin in a Chicago Bears uniform. Now,
facts.
Is Caleb as talented? Maybe. Is he? I mean, we're gonna see. He has
that's yet to be seen.
But I'm saying, like, we've seen
he's talented,
we've seen what Justin can do on the biggest stage. Like you've seen him break NFL records. He literally has shit in Kenton right fucking now.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So and people forget about that. Like, yeah. And then he ran for his fucking life last year, right?
Because he had to.
Not this past year, the year before that.
Oh yeah, when he ran for 1,100 yards,
he was running for his life because the line was crazy and so on and so forth, and he broke records and so on and so forth. So it's like, and then he went into this year and was like, "I'm not going to run." He ran probably half of what he ran.
Yeah,
from 1 year, he stayed in the pocket as much as he could and tried to deliver the football with his own.
He still broke passing records too. He broke noodle arms record. I can't believe he beat that record. I'm not gonna lie.
Ran for 680 some yards, if I'm not mistaken. I have to look at it.
606 something. It was like 680.
He's the first Bears quarterback to ever throw 16 straight completions.
Yeah, he beat noodle arms record. I didn't think that record would ever be broken.
But that's what I'm saying. So it's like there are things there, and I think they have to take into account all the things we're talking about. Plus, just looking at how the season went from they started off slow. He got hurt. He came back and just took off. But he didn't take off running. He took off throwing.
Yeah.
Now imagine them 4 games where he was still there throwing the ball. We wouldn't even be having this conversation. I
felt like that injury was a blessing in disguise. I honestly feel like he needed that injury.
I honestly don't think that you can you can look at it objectively and just take away those 4 games and be like, he didn't do enough. Well,
Right.
people will say, well, he should have never got hurt if he wouldn't have done so and so. You don't play fucking football. You fucking couch potatoes sitting there talking shit. Like he is out there trying to make the best decisions in the middle of chaos.
Right.
And he still does it at a high level, right? And so I just don't have that same like dismissal spirit that other people have. I don't have that in me. I'm just not a dismissal type dude. Like I've seen
me either.
I mean,
and then it's time to move on. Like goddamn, like we just
right. Like, well, for me, see the difference is for me, I'm not gonna care because I'm still gonna be a fan of Justin Fields regardless.
And I'm still gonna be a Bears fan. Like,
I'm still going exactly, and I'm still gonna be a Bears fan. So I just don't care. Like it's not that deep for me.
But here's the other thing. Here's the other thing, and it's like people are just like taking sides or whatever on this whole.
Don't pick a stupid side.
It makes no sense because like the 4 of us, we can't make the pick in fucking April.
Exactly.
Like nobody on Twitter, nobody on Instagram, nobody on Facebook, nobody anywhere can make that. There's one dude can make that pick,
and it's Ryan Poles.
And Ryan Poles has to go with his vision of the team. And at the end of the day, everybody on both sides of this thing will swallow it and just say, okay.
Like, let's ride. Like, that's where I'm at. Like, this back and forth every day is crazy, though.
I want to enjoy watching Sundays. I mean, I've enjoyed watching games on Sundays with Justin. You know what I'm saying? If they move on from, I'm gonna be sad. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like he got dealt a raw deal.
Yeah.
And because the shiny new toy is in front of everybody's faces. Now it's like, oh, we just gonna throw him to the wayside. Like, do y'all understand what this man went through?
I will say this shiny new toy better take us to the playoffs, or I will be on next. I'm not gonna lie.
I think the shiny new toy
better take us to the playoffs. I don't care who the shiny new toy is, but it better take us to the playoffs.
I will say this though, Caleb Williams is. I think he is very, very unique, and I think the way that I think what most fans think, and I don't necessarily agree with this, but most fans think that he's more of a facilitator. He runs when he needs to, and he's gonna keep the play alive. And he just got crazy arm talent and crazy release.
I think reminds me of Kyler Murray.
Yeah, man, I'll promise you.
It reminds me of Kyler Murray.
When I watch him play, I see Kyler Murray. I
do too. He reminds me of Kyler Murray. And people think that's a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. Kyler Murray's a damn good player. Okay. So like you're not getting a terrible player when I say that.
I just don't
see a lot of Kyler Murray.
Patrick Mahomes. Like I don't see that.
I don't see that either.
Comparison. It's like if you put Kyler Murray and Caleb Williams side by side, like the first time I watched Caleb Williams, I was like, he looks just like Kyler Murray.
Oh, for sure.
He plays just like him. Like they play exactly the same way. Like
that's not a bad thing, though. People think that's a bad thing when you say that. That's not a bad thing.
Y'all think that's necessarily? Do y'all think that's necessarily Caleb Williams' floor, or what you?
I think that's his floor. I definitely think that's his floor.
I don't know. It's hard to say, man, because I think it's hard.
No, I would say his floor is Justin Fields, but when I see him, my pro comp for Caleb Williams is Kyler Murray. That's my pro comp for him. I mean, he's got some Mahomes-like stuff, but Mahomes is Mahomes. Like, you can't duplicate that. Like, Mahomes threw for 750 yards in college. Like, what kind of absurd person does that?
I don't think necessarily people think he's like, I think they think his play style is like Mahomes. They don't necessarily think
even then, nah.
But I like Caleb's game. I like his game.
I like his game, but
there are things that he does that I'll be like, they're not do that on Sundays. And you can say that about any quarterback.
You can say that about any quarterback.
But I mean, there are things that he does on the film, especially against better defenses, where he's just,
The thing is, though, I was watching tape on him the other day. And I don't know, man. I don't see the Mahomes. I see a lot of Kyler Murray. Well, again, not a bad thing. And I see a little bit of Josh Allen. A little bit. Like when he runs, he'll like truck people. So like when he takes off a run, he's like lowering his shoulder and like running people over. So I feel like he's a broke man's Josh Allen too. Which again isn't bad.
I think Caleb and his talent, when you look based off his talent alone, I think for me, I separate quarterbacks into what groups they could fall into. I think, as a prospect, to me, he is more. He's in that category with Trevor Lawrence. I
So
think
can I ask y'all a question?
really talented.
Can I ask y'all three
Trevor?
questions so we can get Elise? Let me ask y'all a question before we gotta let Elise go.
Yeah.
Here's my question: Is quarterback the biggest need on the Bears?
No.
There go your answer right there. In my opinion, that's your.
No.
If you can quickly say no, that's your answer. If you can quickly say that is not the biggest need on the Bears, that is not the biggest need. It is not. It's not the biggest need. Like if you look around the whole team, the 52 guys that play on Sundays, quarterback is probably third, or if you want to say second, it's the
not
third.
the biggest need,
It's
right?
not.
But at the same time, I understand it, right? And like being Ryan Poles, right? Because you didn't take your guy last year, and I doubt you're gonna do that 2 years in a row, right? And I
But he
think
did take his guy.
I've
He
always
Justin.
said because people call me some Fields cult. I'm not even in the Fields cult because I think a change of scenery would be good for him. I've said that for weeks. I said trade his ass at the deadline. And I remember people got mad at me for saying that. I said I think a change of scenery would be good for him because I don't think the Bears are really that interested in building around him. I said that months ago. Like, and I don't move off that stance. Even though people think I literally hate Caleb Williams, I don't. I just don't think it'll work out here. And then I have to sit here in 3 years talking about the next coolest prospect coming out of college.
Yeah, I think Caleb is going to be fine. If he comes here, I think he's going to be fine. I do
I
expect.
hope he's fine.
If we got 7 wins this year, I
mean,
still expect 11 next year.
I already got.
That's how
I already had to. I already had to bury my Mitch closet at the bottom. My Mitch jersey at the bottom of my closet. So
I don't know. I feel like Justin has been through so much adversity. I would rather keep him because he's been like this dude and went through all kind of stuff and handled it like a professional.
And you
bro,
can't teach experience, bro. You can't teach
No,
you
experience.
can't.
Experience can't be taught. I'm sorry.
No,
And it
you
doesn't
like
matter. No matter what you say about Justin Fields, he's an experienced 3-year fucking going to his 4th-year quarterback in the NFL and has
like I
done
don't
some things and done some like you. People forget about the snow game. People forget about the Miami game. People forget about all these different games where we were just
the
like,
Pittsburgh
holy
game.
shit, we got a fucking guy. And then instead, all of a sudden, it's not good enough. It's not good enough.
No, he'll be
gotta
fine.
go.
Justin will be fine.
He will
Like
be
I'm not
fine
even
wherever
worried
he
about
goes.
it.
If he's here next year, he'll be fine.
Right.
Straight
If
up.
he's somewhere
He's
else
gonna
next
do
year,
what
he'll
he
be
does.
fine. Right,
And
he'll
people
be
just like,
fine. Like I'm not even
I
worried about
want Caleb because he's better. He could get rid of the
I'm
ball
like,
faster.
how is he better? He ain't play an NFL snap.
So
So
check
Caleb
this
plays
out.
an NFL snap. He's not better. I'm
So
sorry.
I told Isaiah and them. I told Isaiah and them this last week. One of them guys, somebody tweeted out like, I'm tired of having a guy throw for 190 yards per game. I'll need a 300 yard per game passer. But in none of that tweet or none of the comments did anybody say anything about winning. I'm like, so that's all y'all really want is somebody to throw the ball all over the field, get you excited so you can post YouTube highlights and brag about this guy does this and that. And none of y'all said nothing about winning. That's the first thing I'm thinking about. I want to win. I don't care if like Lamar Jackson averaged under 200 for his career. He's got 202 MVPs right now.
I mean, for real. For real.
I think
Like, what are we doing? This man is 2-time MVP. And he averaged under 200 yards, I think, before this season. He was at like 190 per game.
Yeah.
And this man just got a
195.
second.
Yeah.
Crazy,
I
bro.
mean, but at the end of the day, like we just, I think it's a consensus for everybody. If you want the Bears to go get Caleb Williams, great. I ain't mad at you.
Right. Good for you.
If you want the Bears to keep Justin, then
Good for you.
But at the end of the day, we can't stop
Exactly.
this fucking trade. Like Ryan Poles is the GM of the Bears. He will pick and move the team in his vision in the direction that he wants. And at the end of the day, if somebody comes up and says, hey, I'm giving you like 2 first-round picks, a second-round pick, and a player, I'm like, shit.
Talking about for no one pick?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
and that's what he got. That's what he got last year.
Mm-hmm.
they got a better quarterback coming out this year. He might get 3 first-round picks for that shit.
I'm trying to tell you, I was telling it. I was talking to somebody earlier, man. If you think about this, man, if somebody we all know, shout out to T. He says underwear Olympics, the combine. So if everybody falls in love with this dude even more at the combine, they be like, man, we got to get him. If some people might
not even throw it up.
I give you 4 ones and a play, blah blah.
Caleb Williams might not even throw. I want to see if he's going to.
He's not going to throw at the combine. Don't measure him. Don't measure him, and then that's it.
I don't think he's going to throw. He might not even run a 40.
He's not going to do anything. They'll measure him. He'll be like Bryce. That's
his
it.
stock will go up at the pro day, though. His stock will go up and after the pro day. Telling y'all.
All right. Well, at least you cut your camera off because you about to leave, right?
Yeah, I'm about to go.
Okay.
Gotta get to school.
Yeah.
Wish me luck on this midterm, yo.
Good luck.
Yeah. Well, good luck on the midterm. Matter of fact, I don't know. Like I know this is the first show for the Fair Catch Sports Show on the Juke Joint. I know this is the first show, so I think this might even be a good time just to end it. That way, we can continue to create and come up with topics and stuff for next week, including this topic, and then you guys can just take off and I don't got to be a part of it.
We still got to talk about Shane Waldron,
right? I ain't got to be a part of it. Like I'll pop into the Fair Catch show every now and again and run my mouth about stuff. But for the most part, this is your crew. Everybody watching, like, subscribe, comment,
comment,
and find us on Twitter at Ray's Juke Joint. Here's right here on YouTube. Just make sure y'all support us, man. Julius, Isaiah, welcome to the Juke Joint, and Alise, I'm glad I got you some co-hosts that you can work with and that you can thrive.
I'm about to have a party every week. And
then y'all can just do what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
And then we'll put out tweets and promotion stuff for when we're gonna be going live and we're gonna be subject matter we're gonna be talking about and so on and so forth. So be on the lookout for that. And man, thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. And Julius, you can close us out, man.
I appreciate y'all. Yeah. Hey man, thank y'all for everybody that tuned in, man. Y'all have a good evening. Y'all have a good week. Isaiah and Alise, I'll talk to y'all. And next week, tune in because we're gonna talk about Shane Waldron and the coaches. That's what we'll start with. And then whatever else. We didn't get to talk about Eddie Jackson, so we'll talk about him next.
We'll talk about that too.
Yeah, we'll talk about him next week. So, tune in. Thank y'all again, and then y'all have a good evening.
Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.